Karine and Brett Giles are currently living 25 miles apart due to the post-Brexit immigration rules. Since leaving the EU, UK citizens' non-British spouses need to apply for pre-settled status before the 29th of March next year, if they want to return as a family to the country visa-free. Pre-Brexit, all UK citizens and family members could return to the UK at any time without visas under EU movement laws, but this freedom has since ended. As the UK government allowed the visa-free movement to continue until March 2022, non-British spouses have a period in which to acquire the documentation which should only take a few weeks to process. Karine, and other non-EU spouses, would need to apply for pre-settled status prior to the March 29 deadline, and also acquire the new EU family permit from the Home Office in order to return to the UK. If not, her residency rights in Ireland come to an end and she could face having to return to her native South Africa or risk being deported if caught illegally entering Northern Ireland. The South African doctor and her British husband live in Donegal and Derry counties respectively, and Karine is reported to be in a constant state of anxiety, waiting for a family permit to join her husband in the UK. Karine worked on the COVID frontline during the pandemic as an A&E doctor and is living out of a suitcase, as she felt she could not extend her job contract in Ireland as she was soon to be emigrating to the UK to be with her husband. Mrs. Giles describes herself as absolutely emotionally drained and exhausted mentally and physically, by the experience. In an interview with The Guardian, she said, "I'm living in this constant state of anxiety every day, checking emails that will determine my future." The couple had spent 15 years together in South Africa, before moving to Ireland 2 years ago for closer proximity to friends and family while Karine worked in the A&E department of Letterkenny University Hospital. The Gileses began the process of exploring options to move to England 8 months ago, as a visa-free route for Karine became known to them. The pair learned that the route came under a Brexit side deal that allows non-EU nationals entry to the UK as long as they first get a family permit from the Home Office. Her husband Brett followed government guidance which stated UK citizens should return to the UK before the end of December last year. So Mr. Giles moved across the border to Derry in Northern Ireland, in order for him to have the ability to exercise his EU freedom of movement rights and to take advantage of the visa-free option, and the pair assumed their separation would be short-term. However, there has been little progress made in the last 5 months, in spite of the impression given to the couple from the government website that a family permit would take a few weeks to process. Mrs. Giles spoke of the delay saying, "All the time the gap in my working career is growing substantially. Being kept in the dark with absolutely no feedback or communication from the Home Office is absolute torture. I never in my wildest dreams thought that 2 years after coming to Europe, I would be sitting on the couch, unemployed, disillusioned, disheartened. All I want is a normal life. Also all my family are in the UK, my brothers, my sisters, my mum, and I'm completely alone in a foreign environment and it's becoming increasingly difficult for me to continue this life." The Gileses have received no communication from the Home Office other than to say the application is in the system. During their struggle, the couple have worked alongside Mr. Giles's MP, Colm Eastwood, who expressed his exasperation at the situation by saying that they had been met with obstinacy from the Home Office at every turn. He reiterated the couple's frustrations over the lengthy time taken to process the application by questioning how the Home Office cannot carry out the necessary checks in this time frame. Unfortunately, the Gileses aren't the only couple struggling to secure post-Brexit rights. Campaigners at British in Europe have addressed the issue in a letter to Foreign Office Minister Wendy Morton and the Immigration Minister Kevin Foster, commenting on the distress endured by British citizens in similar circumstances. A Home Office spokesperson told Express.co.uk, eligible family members of British citizens returning with them to the UK from the EU should apply for an EU settlement scheme family permit. Each case is considered as quickly as possible and on its individual merits, but processing times can vary depending on the volume and complexity of applications. The Foreign Office has also been contacted for comment.